What's up, you guys? Craftsman Crusher here, back with another video, and today doing an update on that thing. So, Craftsman Crusher, some pretty big updates have been going on with this thing. First of all, as you can see, trans is halfway in there. Well, I gotta give a huge shout out to Rob at RSM Fabrication. He had these old tranny mounts that he fabricated. That these things are pretty damn beefy. You look at these things. That's pretty thick steel, and then it's braced, so I shouldn't have to worry about these ever breaking. He gave these to me. Thanks again, man, for that. Because now with these, this trans can finally be put in here. As you can see, the front, I got the front two mounted, the front two brackets. There is one issue with this being, since it's kind of a small little, I don't know what you call it, maybe a square. Obviously you weld it to the frame. That's not going to be nearly enough to hold it. On this side, since I had to off-center it slightly for the trans to be centered, there was enough room in here to put this plate. I'm going to weld this bracket to the plate, then this plate to the frame. Then on both sides I'm going to come in back and I'm going to take the welder, and on the training mount here I'm going to weld the frame, the bracket to the frame there. The only problem is there's not enough room to put a plate in here. So what I'm thinking I might do is, let me go show you, is taking this bracket here, this angle piece, setting it on like this, and notching out a section for that square to clear, welding the bracket to this, and then this to the frame. That's what I'm thinking, but honestly don't know yet. I'm still figuring something out, but that's not all. Rob also helped me fabricate this. He made this pretty badass muffler, and then gave me a bunch of bends and twists and made this happen. Obviously had to make a bunch of bends here to make this sit on the tractor like this, and this one kind of the same thing, just like this. The steel here and all these bends came from these pipes. I had these pipes that were on here, and they stuck straight up like that. It was extremely friggin' loud, and the only thing that scared me is if I flipped over backwards, there was a possibility of being impaled by two exhaust pipes and getting pumped full of carbon. Didn't sound too good to me. Or if you flipped over sideways, it could harm the casting up in the block. So all those ideas really just didn't sit well with me. Then he gave me the rest of the bends. But all these are 1.25 inch little pieces of metal. That's for, and I have an ATV rack off of an ATV, I'll show you in a second. And it's going to mount somewhere here. It'll clear the seat perfectly. It couldn't be any better. And it's going to be set up, welded on 1.25 inch above the frame. It's going to the mounts are going to come out here, a few, and then up however long, and it's going to follow the arch, and then weld it on. And let me go show you the rack so I can really show you what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and while I'm back here, I figured I'd update you guys on this. This is a Craftsman DLT. It's got a 6-speed MST in the rear that works, but this was actually my aunt's mower and she gave it to me. But the thing that I really like is this 25 horsepower V-twin Intech. This thing actually runs pretty good. I'll give you guys a little start here, if the battery is gonna be helpful. A little smoky there. I think the valve, there is a little oil leak on this side. I think that valve cover gasket is a little gone, but as you can see, it runs really good. This is going to be a spare engine for the Craftsman Crusher, but just to show you, it drives pretty good. That's not all. Got a Toro wheel horse here. I got this for free from my neighbor. It's got a big hydro transmission in it. It's got a 16 horsepower Kohler. This thing also runs and drives pretty good. Gotta get some choke, spider webs everywhere. Now, as you can see, for a hydro, it goes pretty decently fast. And that's spinning, that's from the old deck engagement, since it was a hydraulic engage. The thing that I really like is it has tilt steering. You lift up on this and you can adjust the steering wheel up and down as you please. And also over here, you got another Toro wheel horse. This one was free on the side of the road. The guy said blown motor. All it is the carburetor's pumping gas into the head. So it needs a new carb, but it's got, and the hood is, as you can see, it's a little destroyed. But it's got a 12 horsepower flathead on it. This does run until it doesn't. It's got a 5-speed Peerless MST that shifts, and it does actually drive. The deck works. I was able to drive it a little bit until I figured out that the carb was bad. But other than that, the thing's good. So I got to order a new carb, and both of those Toros are getting fixed and sold. This Toro needed nothing besides a tube for the left rear tire. And this, the only thing I had to do to it was hook a jumper cable up to it and give it gas. So yeah, this is spare engine for the mud mower. I might sell it as a rolling chassis, or I might part it out. I don't know yet. But let me go show you the ATV rack. There's the ATV rack. See, it's pretty decent. It's gonna sit in there like this. This barely clears the seat, which I'm very pleased about. But yeah, all around the outside here, those 1 1/4 spaces are gonna be welded to this, and then the frame. Then this bracket back here, see, it goes like that, and it has the notch. I might cut it off here and here, and then take more spacers and weld it on the fender coming out this way, and then onto this, and have a nice rack and kind of a little bit of a bitch bar. That's for you, Scotty Andrew, aka Captain315 YouTube. Check him out on his custom bitch bar design / wheelie bar. It'll definitely help give you more guts on hills. But yeah, that's what all those spacers are for. And yeah, but yeah, so with all that new parts, the Craftsman Crusher should be a pretty decent mower, especially with the newly added frame braces. Got one back there. I'm actually going to add a couple more, because better be safe than sorry. The 2 ones that I originally added, but with the original Crafts member there, I added one back here. I also added some more weld up along this, up and over on that side as well. It already had it in the front, and then we also added some more weld up top from that. So this frame should be pretty darn sturdy with that. So I'm very pleased with the progress so far. Now what I really want to do is I want to get these tranny brackets welded into place. I know I still need to get a plate, but I'm going to do some more looking around, and I'll show you guys what I come up with for that. Guys, well, it's a couple days into the future, and I thought I had hit the record button when I set up my phone, but I guess I clearly didn't. But I got the braces, tranny mounts all welded in there. Some welds are better than others. That was a decent one. The one over here, that was another good one. Messed that one up a little bit, but it should hold. It'll be alright. And yeah, you can grab this thing and shake the whole tractor, so it's going to be pretty sturdy now. So technically, with the thing the way it is, it's drivable, but I still want to add a few more braces back here to make sure this rear frame is really sturdy up, which it might be alright, but it's better to over upgrade than to under upgrade and blow through transmissions. So now what I'm going to do is, I will say, I do like the side shift. It's very convenient, but I have had a few crashes with the side shift, being its bending gear. I go to get off of it, or it hasn't been in gear, it's been in neutral. I go to get off of it and I accidentally kick it and then it starts driving. It's been in gear, I've been on it, and I've accidentally go to get off, or I go to stop myself from flipping and I kick it into a higher gear. So I'm gonna be trying a nut buster. I do have a spare set of fenders, so I'm not worried about hacking these up. So if I don't like it, I can always go back. I'm gonna keep all the hardware for this, just set it aside. So I'm gonna get the piece that bolts to the trans and start mocking up where I gotta cut out on the fenders. Got a little carried away, but there we go. You can see the bracket. This camera will focus. Come on. Bolted to the trans, and then this lever was actually one of these originally. I just cut it off right here and then use the rest of it, and I have the piece that I cut off that I'm going to be using that as like an adjuster, moving it wherever I want. Then right here, it's got to get welded on. It's going to have to be shortened, but oh well. But yeah, I think this is going to be a nice new addition. Shifts through from reverse to 6th gear, no problem. So I think it's going to be a little more forgiving, so I don't have to worry about this getting hung up on tree branches or kicking it into gear and flipping over, because that did happen a few times. So I'm very anxious to try this out. So now I got to find the belt, and I got to put my wheels and tires on, which I'm going to be running these, because until I can find until I can get the money to get some 24-inch tires. I had the Ag tires, the 2010 by 8s. I had 4-inch, 8-inch rims that have a 4 lug nut hub. So I mounted those up to that, and I ordered these nice 4x4 hubs, machined out of aluminum. So those will go up to the 820 temporarily. So yeah, I definitely feel like I've been making good progress. Trans is in, tranny mounts are in. New shifter, governor bypass, frame bracing. So this thing's ready to go. There is a couple things that I can't really do right now because of lack of machine and materials. But one thing I want to do is I gotta retrofit that to go on the back again, because I do like having that. I'm not sure. I'll probably take it out for a little bit of a test ride, but I don't want to beat on it considering I don't have a plate on this side like I do here. But probably wouldn't hurt it if I did a little bit of a test rip. So yeah, so I want to say thank you guys for watching. Let me know down let me know down in the comments below of what you guys think of the rebuild process of Craftsman Crusher 2.0. Do you think the upgrades that I did to it are good, bad? Do you think it's gonna help? What else should I do to it? What do you guys think? Obviously I haven't gotten the bumper on it yet, but oh well, that'll get on it eventually, and a winch, and little bugs here and there. But for what it is now, I feel like it's going to be fairly successful. And yeah, so keep an eye out for the next video. There's going to be a little collab that's going to be happening with me and another YouTuber. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you want to see that, hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell so you can keep an eye out for that video and get the rest of my uploads. And yeah, rate up the video, and see you guys in the next one.